Hello, this is John from caveofprogramming.com, and in this tutorial we're going to look at string resources in Android. So at the moment in the activity main.xml we've got a couple of hard-coded strings in English. We've got this enter your text here string, this hint for the edit text control when it's got no text in it, and we've also got this save text for the save button, so we've got the label for the save button. And what you should really do with strings is, instead of hard coding them here directly in your XML layouts, you should put them in a separate file so that you can keep all your strings together in one place and easily translate them, if necessary, to a different language. And you'll see I've got a warning here that's saying hard-coded string should use string resource. Now the easiest way to fix this is if you just select the string between the double quotes and right click on it and go to quick fix and extract string. So this is the string that I want to use, the actual text, and this is going to be an ID for my string. So in this case I think I'll call it edit, let's call it edit text hint or something like that. So I think that will do, and I'll click I'm going to leave this stuff here and I'll click preview, and what this is going to do is it's going to add a string to my strings.xml file, which we'll look at in a minute, and it's going to replace that string in my layout.xml with an ID that refers to that string. So let's just click OK, see what it does. So now here, in the same way that we've got here, we've got a @ID slash and then an actual ID, text in this case. This is an ID of a string, and we've got the @ again, and we've got the identifier string and a slash instead of the identifier ID and a slash, and then the ID of a string is here, and there's no plus sign because this is not creating a new string, it's using an existing one actually, which we'll see in a moment, whereas this is actually defining a new ID. Now where this refers to is if you expand the resource, the res folder here, and go to values, you've got the strings.xml, and I'll just double click on that to open it. And in fact, if we click on this tab down here, we can look at the raw XML, and you can see here that we've got a string tag, and there's the name of the tag, that's my ID, and it says edit your text here in it. And I can add more of these by hand, of course, but sometimes it's just quicker to use the quick fix to do it automatically. So all your strings, basically, all the things that appear visually in the user interface should really be in this strings.xml. And let's take a look at another example, because we've still got this save here. So let's say I want this to be the text save, but I want that text to be in strings.xml down here. If you want to do it kind of by hand, the easiest way is, well, you could just copy one of these and change it appropriately. But if you go to the if you click on strings.xml and go to the resources tab here, you've got a kind of little user interface to that XML file that lets you edit it with this editor, and I can just click S here to display any string elements. That might help, and I'll click add, and let's just select string. I'll double click string here. In fact, I didn't really need to click S, there are only string elements in it, but anyway. And now here I need to give this string identifier a name, so I'll just call it save, and the value, at least for the English language version of this application, will be save with a capital S like that. And if you click somewhere else now, in fact, and click back again, you'll see that it's saved what you entered without having to click anything additional, and that's actually saved another entry in my XML. And if you go back to strings XML, if you go back to the raw XML view now, you can see that here it is. It just says it's got the text save and the name save. And now finally, if I go back to my layout, so I'll expand the res layout folder and go to activity main here. Now I'll use the autocomplete again, control space, and select string there. So hit return and control space again, and with a bit of luck, in fact nothing's appearing here, and that's probably, so I've got my edit text hint, but I've not got my save, and that's probably because I haven't saved everything. So I'll click the save all button up here, and it should build automatically. In fact, I think if I just do control space again, yeah, now we've got save. So I'm not sure whether it just did a build or not. I guess it did, because it flagged it as an error. And I'll just select that, and so we've replaced the literal text with @string/save, and if I save that, this error will go away, and in strings.xml we've actually got this. Now if you I'm not going to go into kind of localization here, but if you want to have different versions of this strings.xml to support different locales, different languages, if you go to Google and you search for something like supporting different languages Android, you'll find a page about this in the developer.android.com website, and there you can see information, and it seems to be very easy, although I've never tried it. You just have apparently different values folders with suffixes for the locale, French or whatever that you want to support, but I'll leave you to investigate that. And that's it for this tutorial, and until next time, happy coding.